If you're over 60, there's something quietly happening inside your body every day that you might not even realize, and it could be costing you your strength, your balance, even your independence. You may have noticed it already. Tasks that once seemed simple, getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, walking up a flight of stairs, feel just a bit harder than they used to. And the most surprising part, it's not necessarily because you've stopped exercising or because you're eating badly. The real reason is far more hidden and far more common than most people realize. Scientists have a name for this condition. It's called sarcopenia, and it refers to the gradual but relentless loss of muscle mass and strength that begins as early as your 30s, but accelerates after your 60s. In fact, by the time most people reach 70, they've already lost up to 25–30% of their total muscle mass. And this isn't just about physical appearance or vanity. This loss of lean muscle has massive effects on your overall metabolism, blood sugar control, fat burning ability, posture, energy, and even brain health. Here's the part no one talks about. This muscle loss isn't always obvious. You might weigh the same on the scale, wear the same pants, and think everything's fine. But inside your body, fat is slowly replacing functional tissue. This shift means your metabolic engine is slowing down, your calorie burning capacity is shrinking, and your stability becomes compromised. That's why seniors often feel more tired even when their routine hasn't changed. That's why blood sugar becomes harder to control. That's why so many experience sudden injuries from what used to be ordinary movements. It's all connected to muscle. Now here's what will surprise you the most. There's a simple change, a tiny upgrade to something you already do every morning that can help slow down, even reverse, this muscle loss. It's not a new gym membership. It's not lifting weights until you're sore. And no, it's not another expensive shake or pill full of ingredients you can't pronounce. It's coffee. Yes, your ordinary morning coffee with one specific, clinically backed addition. This one habit, if done the right way, can help restore the youth signal in your muscles, reignite your metabolism, and give you back the strength that aging tries to take away. And no, it's not a gimmick. It's based on clear nutritional science, real data, and results seen in older adults just like you. So if you're the kind of person who refuses to slow down, who wants to stay active, independent, and sharp well into your 70s, 80s, or beyond, then what you're about to learn could be a turning point in your health. This might be the simplest yet most powerful thing you can do to preserve the muscle you still have and even build more without changing your lifestyle dramatically. The secret lies in what you stir into your coffee cup tomorrow morning. Muscle isn't just for athletes or bodybuilders. It's one of the most important organs in your entire body, and yes, muscle is now considered an organ by many researchers because of how active and essential it is. It protects your bones, controls your blood sugar, regulates your metabolism, and even helps you think more clearly. And yet, after the age of 60, this critical tissue begins to vanish faster than most people can replace it. You might be eating relatively well. You might even go for walks, do a bit of stretching, or try to stay active. But if you've ever wondered why your strength still seems to fade slowly year after year, there's a hidden biological process to blame, and it isn't just aging. It's something far more sneaky. Your body's ability to respond to protein and movement becomes weaker. Imagine trying to speak into a microphone that's no longer connected to the speaker system. No matter how loudly you talk, the message doesn't get through. That's what happens inside aging muscle cells. You could be consuming protein, doing light exercise, and trying your best, but your cells no longer respond the way they used to. This is called anabolic resistance, and it's one of the main reasons seniors lose muscle despite their efforts. But here's the hopeful part. Science has identified a way to overcome this resistance naturally, and it doesn't require a drastic lifestyle change. It simply involves sending a clearer, stronger signal to your muscle cells, one they can't ignore. And the best time to send this signal is in the morning, when your metabolism is waking up and your body is in its most sensitive, responsive state. Now, think about your morning routine. You probably start your day with a hot cup of coffee. Maybe it's black, or maybe you add a bit of nut milk or cinnamon. What if I told you that coffee isn't just a comforting ritual, it's actually a powerful metabolic window? When used correctly, it can become the ideal vehicle for delivering nutrients directly to your muscle tissue. So, instead of changing your entire diet or committing to intense workouts, you can make a micro adjustment to your existing coffee habit and experience real physiological changes. More energy, more stability in your legs, fewer blood sugar crashes, improved strength even without hitting the gym. This approach is not only practical, but also supported by decades of nutritional biochemistry. Scientists have found that certain amino acids, the tiny building blocks of protein, have the unique ability to bypass age-related resistance and reignite muscle protein synthesis. And when you deliver them strategically, especially in the morning with coffee, your body begins to respond in ways you can feel within days. So if you're someone who drinks coffee anyway, this strategy couldn't be easier to implement. No pills, no gimmicks, just a smarter, more targeted way to make your favorite beverage do more for your body. The goal, not just to keep aging at bay, but to actively rebuild the strength and vitality you still have inside you. As we get older, a strange and frustrating thing starts to happen. Tasks that once felt effortless, like climbing stairs, standing up from a low chair, or carrying groceries, begin to feel heavier. Your legs may feel slower, your arms weaker, and your stamina lower than you remember. This isn't just about aging. Something deeper is going on beneath the surface of your skin, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Your body is quietly losing one of its most protective assets, muscle. But here's what's important to understand. This isn't just about strength. It's about survival. Muscle plays a major role in your metabolism, your blood sugar levels, your balance, and even your brain function. So when it starts to fade, your entire health profile begins to shift. You might think you're doing everything right. You try to eat balanced meals. Maybe you get some protein in your diet. You go for walks, stretch in the morning, stay active with chores. Yet somehow, the strength still slips away. Why? The answer lies in a lesser, known condition called anabolic resistance. Think of your muscles like a garden. When you're young, you water it with protein, and everything grows beautifully. But after age 60, that same amount of water doesn't seem to do much. The soil, the muscle cell receptors, stops absorbing nutrients the way it used to. Even if you're eating enough, your muscles aren't listening. This is why so many seniors struggle with fatigue, instability, and unexpected weight gain. As muscle disappears, fat storage increases, your metabolism slows down, your blood sugar becomes harder to manage. Your joints and bones get less support, and it's not because you've gotten old. It's because your body is missing the right signal to build and preserve lean muscle. But that's not all. Many people also unknowingly eat diets that aren't optimized for aging muscle. Traditional breakfast foods like toast, cereal, oatmeal, or fruit smoothies may taste good, but they don't trigger muscle protein synthesis effectively. Without a strong dose of muscle building amino acids, these meals often spike insulin without feeding your muscles what they actually need. To make matters worse, the average adult over 65 consumes far too little protein, and even less of the one amino acid that matters most for muscle repair, leucine. And because aging bodies require significantly more leucine than younger ones to trigger growth, most seniors walk around every day in a state of silent muscle breakdown. Here's the truth: if you're not intentionally pushing back against anabolic resistance, your muscles are shrinking. Slowly, quietly, day by day, but that doesn't have to be your future. You don't need to accept weakness, falls, or limited mobility as inevitable. You simply need to give your body the right message at the right time, using the right nutrient. And surprisingly, one of the easiest and most effective ways to send that message is through a tiny addition to your morning cup of coffee. Let's explore how. Let's take a closer look at your morning routine. For millions of people over 60, the day doesn't officially start until they've had their first cup of coffee. That warm, comforting brew signals a new day, brings focus, and helps you shake off morning grogginess. But what if that same cup of coffee could do more than just wake you up? What if it could help you rebuild the muscle your body has been quietly losing over the years? You see, there's a window of time in the morning when your body is highly responsive to certain inputs. After a full night's sleep, your insulin levels are low, your digestive system is rested, and your cells are more likely to respond to growth signals. That first hour after waking is a golden opportunity, a perfect moment to influence your metabolism and jumpstart muscle repair. Now, here's the twist. Coffee itself, especially when taken black and without sugar, doesn't hinder this process. In fact, caffeine, when consumed in moderation, can actually support fat metabolism, improve blood flow, and enhance physical performance. But here's where it gets really interesting. Combine that coffee with a specific muscle triggering nutrient, and you've got a natural tool to fight muscle loss head on. This nutrient is an essential amino acid called leucine. Leucine is like a key that unlocks your body's muscle building machinery. It switches on a special pathway in your cells called mTOR, which tells your muscles it's time to grow. But, and this is important, your body needs enough of it all at once to really hear the message. A small sprinkle of leucine here and there won't cut it. You need a focused dose, and here's the challenge most seniors face. The average breakfast doesn't contain enough leucine to activate that muscle-building signal. Even a decent serving of eggs or yogurt often falls short. That's why many older adults continue to lose muscle despite thinking they're eating well. This is where your morning coffee becomes more than just a beverage. It becomes a delivery system. When you add 5 to 3 grams of pure leucine powder to your coffee, you're creating a fast, efficient, and targeted way to get the muscle signal to your body exactly when it's ready to receive it. Think of it like lighting a match in a dark room. Protein is the wood pile, your body is the room, leucine is the spark, and your coffee is the hand that brings it all together at the perfect moment. Even better, this combination doesn't require you to eat a heavy breakfast. If you're practicing intermittent fasting or prefer light mornings, leucine won't spike your insulin like carbohydrates do. It keeps you in a fat-burning state while supporting muscle retention. The idea is simple but powerful. Upgrade a habit you already have, your morning coffee, and transform it into a muscle-preserving ritual. This isn't theoretical, it's backed by science. And in the next part, you'll discover exactly what leucine is, how it works, and why this tiny change can lead to big results in your strength, energy, and stability. Now that you understand the importance of leucine and the opportunity that exists each morning, let's get to the moment you've been waiting for. What exactly is the coffee hack that can help slow, stop, and even reverse muscle loss as you age? The answer is surprisingly simple. You add a measured dose of pure, pharmaceutical, grade leucine powder directly to your morning black coffee. That's it. No complicated supplements, no expensive protein shakes, no overwhelming workout routines, just one specific amino acid added to a habit you already enjoy, and it works because of what happens inside your body the moment leucine meets a fasted metabolism. When you take leucine first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, you're activating your mTOR pathway. This is the internal signaling system that tells your muscle cells time to grow, time to repair. For younger people, a normal breakfast is often enough to flip that switch. But for adults over 60, the body becomes less sensitive to these signals, a condition known as anabolic resistance. So while you might be eating healthy, your muscles aren't getting the message. But when you introduce a high-quality leucine supplementer, down to 5 to 3 grams, in that prime morning window, something powerful happens. You override that resistance. You send a clear, direct signal that your body can hear loud and clear. Rebuild, repair, grow stronger. That's why it's important not to just guess the amount. A sprinkle won't do. You need the full threshold dose all at once. That's what flips the switch. Now, why coffee? Couldn't you just mix leucine into water or juice? Technically, yes, but coffee gives you two major advantages. First, caffeine itself can enhance blood flow and stimulate your nervous system, making nutrient delivery faster and more efficient. Second, drinking leucine with black coffee means you're avoiding other foods that could interfere with its absorption. When you eat a carb-heavy breakfast, like oatmeal or toast, insulin rises, and other amino acids compete for attention. This blunts the signal you're trying to send, but with black coffee, there's no insulin spike, no distractions, just pure delivery of a powerful nutrient directly to the muscles that need it. And here's another bonus. Coffee makes this easy to stick to. You're not adding a new step to your morning, you're just upgrading something you already do. That consistency is what drives results. Over time, this daily leucine, coffee habit compounds. It helps preserve the muscle you have. It boosts your strength and stability. It keeps your metabolism firing and your energy up. The real magic isn't in some exotic supplement or complicated diet plan. It's in understanding your body's signals and using the right tools to speak the language your muscles understand. Leucine in your coffee is one of the simplest, most science-backed ways to fight age-related muscle decline. And now that you know what to do, the next step is easy. Put it into practice. In the next section, we'll recap everything we've learned and give you a clear, actionable routine to follow each morning so you can see results as soon as possible. Now that we've walked through every stage of this strategy, from understanding why muscle loss happens to uncovering the unique power of leucine in your morning coffee, you're equipped with a tool that could truly change the way you age. And the best part, it's incredibly easy to start. You don't need to join a gym. You don't have to buy an expensive meal plan or radically shift your lifestyle. All you have to do is wake up, hydrate, brew your usual black coffee, and stir in one small scoop, about 3 grams, of pure, high-quality leucine powder. This small change taps into your body's natural biology. It helps you send the right signal at the right time, overriding the age-related slowdown in muscle repair. You're no longer just hoping your protein intake is enough. You're activating the actual cellular pathway that triggers growth. Over time, this can lead to noticeable improvements in strength, stability, energy, and even mental clarity. Imagine climbing stairs with more ease, going for a walk without your legs feeling tired halfway through, standing up from a chair without needing to brace yourself. These aren't fantasies, they're realistic outcomes that come from improving your muscle health And all of that can start with one decision: adding leucine to your morning coffee. Now, let's talk about consistency. Like any powerful change, this won't be magic on day one, but if you stick with it, just 5 to 7 mornings per week, many people start to notice real changes in about 10 to 14 days. Within a month, it's not uncommon to experience better balance, fewer muscle aches, and more steady energy throughout the day. And the longer you commit to the routine, the more your body responds. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 mornings, follow this protocol. Wake up, drink a glass of water to hydrate, brew a cup of black coffee, add 3 grams of leucine, and drink it within the first hour of waking up. That's it. Optionally, you can add 5 minutes of light movement, some squats, wall push-ups, or resistance bands to amplify the effect. No pressure, just a signal to your body that this muscle matters and you're going to keep it strong. While you're doing this, pay attention. Notice how you feel. Does walking get easier? Do your legs feel more stable? Are your cravings changing? Is your energy more even throughout the day? These are the real signs that your body is listening and responding. And finally, if this content helped you, even just one small insight, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That small gesture helps others discover this information too. If you know someone over 60 who's starting to slow down or feel weaker, send this to them, because muscle loss is not just aging, it's a signal problem. And with the right knowledge, it's a problem we can fight naturally, starting with something as simple as your first cup of coffee.